If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Well, hello folks, and welcome to Larry's Fountain Pen Review. And I know it's been a long time. So we're going to talk about, like I previously said in one of my videos I've done, was it last week maybe, or this week? About this little creature right here, the Baystate Blue Noodlers. Now, this is just me. I recommend it for me, but I'm not saying that if you go out and ruin your pen because you said I take this, I'm responsible, because I'm not. I'm just going to tell you my opinions, my views on using this ink, because I love the ink and I use it religiously. And yes, I do use it on certain pens. So let's talk about that first. I don't use it on any of my vintage pens. Why is that? Because as you well know, Noodlers, Baystate Blues stains pretty well. Sometimes they say it stains permanently. So, the reason why no vintage is because the bags hard to clean out, and even those that have the piston filler, hard to clean out. Also, I don't use it in any piston filler pen at all. Like I said, it's just hard to clean out. It's hard enough as it is, at least for me, to clean out my pens that have piston fillers, like 23, 24 times till I get it fully clean. So no, I wouldn't do that. Now, do I use them in my gold nibs? Depending what pen. I do have designated pens that I keep my Baystate Blue in. But if you know me, keep up with me, I'm like a bouncing ball. I'm all over the place. And that's okay, because that's me. So, would I use it in my King of Pens, my Sailor? No. My Viscontis? No. Nothing like that. And here's one I would use it in, not picking on my favorite pen, but the Vanishing Point. And the reason why, because first of all, it's easy for me to clean out. Second of all, let's say something did go wrong with the nib on kind of the ink, which it hasn't yet. I can always get another nib that comes as one unit for under $100, and I'm okay with that. I like using Noodler's Baystate Blue ink. I even like the grape they have on. I think it's a grape. But I don't have no problems with it. And here's the one from received from Mike Green Custom Pens. Brand new. And I'm not afraid of using it in this pen. Why is that? Well, it has a converter in it, and I clean that up much easier than a converter or a bag. I'm not even going to touch that. Now, let me say that this is only for me. I don't know about anybody else. I can't speak for anybody else. So, I'm going to tell you the truth, what I found in here. On me now. Now, let's say I've already used this, which you can tell I haven't. And I've already used my ink, Baystate Blue. And I'm cleaning out this converter. Well, I'm going to clean it like I always do. Of course, it's still going to be stained. So I'll try some flush. Still going to be stained. Not going to do it. Everything I try doesn't work. So what I use is some bleach and water mixture. And then I'll clean it out. Still have some stain. I've been known to leave it upright with so much bleach and so much water 1 to 4 nights to get rid of the stain. That's entirely up to you. Now, for others, you may do it faster than I do, and that's great. But this is how I do it, and it works for me. We all have our own types of ways of cleaning our pens out. I never, ever, ever touch the nib like that. Just I get my bulb syringe and flush out anything in there really, really good. And it works every time. So, I'm a happy camper. My pens are happy campers. Everybody is a happy camper. I have, you have, we all have heard the horrible stories about the Noodler's Baystate Blue. But my pens, and I keep them very well hygiene. I love my pens. Doesn't matter how much they cost. That's not the point. If you got the love in here, you're going to take care of this, right? Now, here's a Twisby Echo, a very cool, delicious pen. I never use them in demonstrators as well. Why is that? Because the staining in the barrel that it will cause. Oh, it's going to happen. Trust me. I've done a review, I don't know, it was a few years back, how I left my nib in a bottle of Baystate Blue. 3 months, maybe. So you can find that on my channel. Didn't hurt the nib at all. Again, maybe I'm just a lucky one. So, with that said, I am going to dip some pens into this wonderful ink. And we are going to start the party. And let's get them both inked up. How's that? And this has a gold nib on it. Yay! La 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 la. So hope everybody's been doing well in Penland. Did any of you get to go to the famous one and only pen show that was this weekend, wasn't it, Mr. Announcer?
I think so, yes.
All right. I need to wash that bottle. I have been known to knock it over. Now, this is just me young. It's not about if you like the ink or not. It's just about that I like the ink enough to put it in my pens. As you can see, it's in my pen. Hey, I've told myself, Larry, you only live once. You'll never know till you actually do it. So I've been doing it. And this is really fun and exciting to me, meeting the challenge, stepping outside of that safety zone I have. Because, I am really cautious with my pens. So, no, you're not going to find me putting this in any pens. Like I said, they have piston fillers or bags, nothing like that. So, you can leave me your comments below. You can answer your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. So, if you want to ink up an expensive pen right now, it could be a Montegrappa that costs you a couple $100. Well, that's entirely up to you. If you have an experience at pens, and you probably have a better shot at it than if you're a newbie just coming out the rabbit hole. I think you could travel along by other rabbits. Gotta watch them rabbits. So, but this is really fun to me. Seriously, I really get off on this stuff. Here we go. La 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 la. And let me try one more thing here. This is my tiger eye made by Mike Green Custom Pens. Okay. Now this one has a medium nib. Let's go ahead and open this little jewel up. So I'm going to have 3 different pens here that I use quite a bit. And you know what I also do? Pens that I have not used for many years, because I review pens and I tend to forget that pens I may have put up when I did my first review on them maybe 2 or 3 years ago that I've not inked up again, and that's because I kind of rotate them to go to the next pen that I have coming up. So yes, I'm going to get inky, but that's okay. Here we go. Oh, I know you're saying these horrible stories about noodlers. Well, I agree to some extent, but I love noodlers and I'm okay with what I'm doing. But remember, don't do this and say that I recommend it, because I don't. I recommend it for me. If you like to try it, that's entirely up to you. It's your decision, and you make that. But I am okay with it. So here we go. Baystate Blue in my vanishing point. And I believe this one is a broad nib, I believe. Okay, here we go. Isn't that beautiful ink? I love it. Nice and wet, juicy nib. Love Pilot Vanishing Point. One of my favorites. I really love it. Just a fun pen, great ink, and it keeps me motivated. That's the important thing. And you know, when I use this ink, for some weird, strange reason, it just wants to make me continue what I'm doing because I get involved in it. And I'm not really concerned about, is it going to damage my pen, because it hadn't. And if it is, that's on me, right? But I had one heck of a time using it. I'm going to do what makes me happy and content. I'm going to continue to take care of my pens to the best of my ability. My pens come first. So, number 1, Pilot Vanishing Point. Gonna live with Noodler's Baystate Blue. And I'll leave this overnight because I won't clean it out until my ink gets low or goes out. Now, we're going to try this one that just came in from my green. Here we go. And this has a box nib. Broad, I believe. Very nice. Sorry about that. Nice and wet. Beautiful. Love it. And now with pressure, see the difference? But I don't always do that because I guess I just forget, I don't know, but well, on that downstroke, I like that. I don't know, it usually makes that H look kind of cool. Okay, so. Now, if you can tell me what that is, you win the prize, because I don't even know what that is. So anyway, that's that one. Okay, now I'm going to show the tiger eye that with a medium nib. Beautiful, isn't it? And I believe this is ebonite. Made by no other than Mike Green. So, Mike's done one heck of a job creating these pens, and he takes a lot of pride in his work, and I'm telling you the God's truth. All right, here we go. Medium steel nib. Very nice. Now I want you to keep your eyes on these right here, and I'll explain to you later why you're seeing that color. And I believe this is the Jovo nib. Downstroke and the cross stroke. Downstroke with pressure, and you get a little bit. So, what's your thoughts about it? Tiger Eye by Mike Green. And this is the next one by Mike Green. And the beautiful, lovely Pilot Vanishing Point. Well, you know, what I plan on doing is inking up other pens with Baystate Blue, so you can follow me on my journey with pens using Noodler's Baystate Blue. And to see what your thoughts are, to see how the pens hold up. It's going to be interesting. But, you know, I'm doing it because it's something that I really enjoy. And for me, when I use this ink, I really enjoy seeing the ink, looking at that ink. It's just a beautiful shade of blue. Also, I like to mention another favorite ink of mine that I'm going to start getting back on track, because when I got real sick here, I couldn't concentrate or even do any work on it. It's going to be the Robert Oyster inks. So, Mr. Oyster, if you've seen this video, I apologize for taking so long, but I have not forgot you, because it's still a favorite ink of mine. Love them blues, them greens, they just pop. And some of the reds that you have, and oranges, gold. There's just so many abundance of Oyster inks that one will have to find something they like. It's a continuous flow of beautiful inks by Oyster's Inks. And why is that? That's the man who keeps thinking and creating. Because there's so many people in the world that have so many visions of inks and colors, and what they like and they don't like. What they want and won't want, and what they want to use and what they won't use. Is it that? Is it that? So, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Again, here are the 3 pens that are inked up. Until then, my friends, peace and love. God bless you. I love you guys. You guys are incredible. Be kind to a stranger out there, and as always, don't text and don't drive. Bye-bye.